we have a lucky strike extra because we're going to hear from Skip Zimbalist. Skip is here. As you may know, Skip is the president and CEO of AIM Media. And AIM puts on the show that we're going to be attending starting tomorrow. And one of the key reasons that we had the conference here at this time was because so many of us are exhibiting in the show, will be attending the show. We asked Skip to come over and just talk for a few minutes about the show and his expectations for the next few days.
Thank you all. I really will be quick, and I know it's been a long day, and we're all looking forward to a vodka tonic or the equivalent of that. Welcome. This is the 29th annual Palm Beach International Boat Show, and it's a very healthy show. We produce 5 boat shows, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, Sarasota, and St. Petersburg. And this year in June, we're adding a 6th show in Panama, Panama City in Panama, on the Pacific side, June 20th to 22nd. Mostly smaller boats in that show, but we think it will grow as time goes by. But of all of those, Palm Beach is the fastest growing, and it's the third largest. And the question is why and how is it growing? And I think for those, I don't know if any of you or most of you have already been down to the site, but I think the primary reason is that it's a gorgeous site, just a beautiful setting to have a boat show. The city has done a great job in manicuring the waterfront and putting in some docks and amphitheaters and lawns and just beautiful facilities. The McAfee Center, which we use as a VIP pavilion. I hope you all will come by during the show and tell them I invited you if they ask you for permission to come in. But please come by and take a look at it and have a drink. We'd love to have you there, and we welcome you to the show. A couple of interesting facts about the show this year. The largest boat in the show is a Lursen 200-footer Soulmate, which you all probably know. And we've seen a trend, especially with the addition of Palm Harbor to the show and the facilities that it brings, that we've seen an increase in the number of super yachts in the show. What is unique about Palm Beach, and how does it fit in with the other shows? Each show has a little bit of the other in it, but I'll just tell you kind of what makes each one a little bit distinct. Fort Lauderdale for the U.S. is the national show. It's got, pavilions from all countries. It has all the manufacturers and the OEMs and people coming from, 40 countries. Heads of state come from all over the world, and there's a strong B2B component to the show, as much as there is a B2C component to it. It's kind of where, at least in the United States, everybody's calendar starts. For this group, it's probably Monaco and Flibs and Dubai and maybe Hainan, but a couple of others. But it's the kind of all-embracing show in the U.S. Miami, our part of the show on Collins Avenue specializes in the larger boats, meaning 40 to 50 feet and up, and it has a distinctly Latin flavor because of its location. And it is kind of the event from people from Central and South America to come. And they come and they party, and they buy boats, and then they go home. There's very strong attendance from, everywhere from Brazil to Venezuela to Colombia to Panama to Mexico and all over. We get a lot of Russians too. They like Miami. But if you had to say what is the flavor, what is the character of the Miami show, it looks south. If you look at this show, it gets its identity from looking across the intercoastal at Palm Beach. And there you see the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies who have summer or winter places there. You have a lot of people from the Midwest, from New York, and they old money. They live here. They love boating, and they all come here. That's not to say if I look at the attendee list and where people come from, that's not to say we don't get people from Europe or South America or Florida or others. We do. But if you had to say what is the characteristic of it, that's what it is. It's kind of the industrial wealth of the United States is kind of the centerpiece of this show. Just a little bit about the composition of the show this year. The total number of new boats is 275. It's up 12% over last year. And this is a trend we've been seeing, in Miami and in Fort Lauderdale last year. There's a lot of growth in the smaller end of the segment, which in this case, we have 155 boats, new boats under 40 feet. That's up 28% from last year. And it's encouraging to see that because that segment has been so dormant for so long, the cruiser market. We're starting to see a lot of new product coming out of the innovative manufacturers, shipbuilders in that category. And those are the people where, you get, entry-level people coming in those boats, which then graduate to higher levels, eventually into, hopefully, those who can afford it into super yachts. But it brings in new people into the industry, which is vital. So it's very encouraging to see that trend. We saw good growth in the in new boats in the larger segments. We don't get many new as you get up into the super yacht market, as you know, because there's no inventory unless you happen to have a boat that just came out of the off the shipyard and you can borrow it from the owner for a while. When we look at brokerage, the number of boats is flat with last year, and a lot of that's due to inventory. That the people have been selling boats, thank goodness, and there's less inventory out there. But the number of large boats is up from 30 to 34, those over 120 feet. And generally, boats in that category, the smaller sizes are down, again, because of primarily lack of inventory. And the ones in the larger segment are flat to up slightly. So total in water, we've got about 580 boats this year versus 550 last year, and the same number of overall exhibitors. So we're sold out. We really don't have any more space. We're happy with the results. And when you talk about attendance, I looked about an hour ago, and most of the tickets are sold, the day of attendance or the day before attendance. So early results are not necessarily indicative of what's going to happen, but we're up about 27% as of an hour ago on advanced ticket sales online versus last year. So we're really happy about that. We're really thrilled with the cooperation. We put this show on in partnership with the Marine Industry Association of Palm Beach. They're great partners. They help us a lot with all of the permitting with the city and relationships with the city council and the mayor, and in getting out the local attendance and helping us in a lot of ways. You'll see them around the show. They have a booth there, but they've been a huge help. But we also thank the city and the mayor for all they do. We're having a press conference tomorrow morning, and they will all be there at that. But again, I just want to welcome you. Thank you for coming to the show. We appreciate it. We appreciate your interest, and for those of you who are exhibiting, we appreciate your business. But this is a show that we don't know all the statistics on all of the shows around the U.S., but my estimate is that it's about the 5th largest show in the U.S., which is up considerably. It's kind of one that is off the radar screen of a lot of people, and then they come to it and they say, oh boy, I thought this was just a regional show, but this is bigger than my show in New York or in Chicago or in wherever it is. But it's a beautiful show, and we hope you enjoy it. And my email is in the program. If there's anything I can do to help or to make your stay more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to send me an email, and we'll make sure that we solve whatever problem you might have.